3D shapes. What makes something a 3D shape? Well, we're going to look at the different attributes that make a 3D shape a 3D shape. 3D shapes have edges, they have surfaces, they have faces, and they have vertex. They have a vertex, which is just one corner, and several vertex would be called vertices, okay? So we're going to be looking for vertices, edges, surface, and face. So the first three-dimensional shape that we are going to discuss here is the cube, and I'm sure you have seen a cube. So where would the face on a cube be? Right here, right here, right here. All of these flat surfaces on the cube are called faces, and a cube has 6 of these faces, okay? And then we also would count the vertices on the cube. So every time all the corners meet together, those are called, those are the vertices connecting. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the back, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 vertices in the cube, okay? Now, similar to the cube, which you notice the cube actually has the face of a square. So it has all square faces. Okay, let's look at the rectangular prism. The rectangular prism has faces, edges, it has vertices, okay? But their faces on the rectangular prism are the shape of a rectangle. So that's why you would call it a rectangular prism, okay? And then you count its faces. Now, the rectangular prism has 1, 2, 3, 4 faces that are rectangle, but they have squares at the ends. So here is a similar object that I found around the house that actually is in the shape of a rectangular prism, okay? And it has 1 face that's rectangular, 2, 3, 4, and then the ends are the faces of squares. So a rectangular prism, that's what this is, has 4 faces that are rectangles and 2 faces that are squares, okay? Now, let's look at the cone. If you see the cone here, we've got, looks like a circle. It's kind of like an ice cream cone, actually, even more so. That's probably an easier way to think about it. But it is curved, and it has a sphere at the top of it. It's the shape of a sphere, half of a sphere at the top. And then you notice you see the rectangle, but we're working more with a pyramid in that case. But this is what you call a cone. And here is our sphere. And it is the shape of like a ball. And that's what makes it three-dimensional. And it has it's curved around the, it's got curved surfaces. That's how you would talk about it, it's surfaces. And then something else that you probably are familiar with would be a cylinder. And a cylinder, again, has curved surfaces, but at each end of the cylinder, you have, as faces, you have a circle at each end. So 2 circles, and really when you flatten out the cylinder, it flattens into a rectangle. Okay, so when we're talking about 3D objects, we're going to be talking about their vertices, the edges, the surfaces, and their faces, okay?